Peace, family. Of course, by now everybody had heard that OJ Simpson has passed away. And just like the news of his not guilty verdict, this news was met with polar opposite responses. It all depends on whether you're black or you're white. When that verdict came in, if you was black, you rejoiced. If you were white, you were in shock. News of his passing come along, black people were saddened. White people, well, they couldn't be happier. I remember when this case first came about, like 30 years ago, and they showed a video of OJ Simpson and walking across the football field with Nicole Brown Simpson. And OJ is a handsome guy. I remember seeing him with his wife, beautiful white woman, long blonde hair, blue eyes, voluptuous. I said, OJ, you look like success. Now, of course, like I said, that was 30 years ago. My views and opinions on that relationship have changed greatly since then. I remember when the story, somebody sent the story to me, and I went to the news to verify it because I don't like just going off of social media. And in the city of Detroit, we got two major papers, the Detroit Free Press and the Detroit News. And in either one, you could read the story, articles, and at the bottom of each, you could leave comments about your views, your opinions on what you just read. But because there's such a hatred between blacks and whites, Republicans and Democrats, these comment sections became battlegrounds. It got so bad you couldn't even go to the sports section and just talk sports. Somebody had to inject something political, something racial. It got so bad that the Detroit Free Press, they just abandoned the comment section altogether. So when I heard the story of OJ Simpson passing away, I went straight to the Detroit News. I went straight to the story. I didn't even read the article. I went straight to the comment section. And I was not disappointed. Some of the most hateful, bigot-filled, insensitive comments that a person could think of. No sympathy, no concern, no compassion for the surviving members of OJ Simpson family. Not his brothers and sisters, not his family, friends, grandchildren, whoever. And this is the man passing away. But one of the comments that bothered me the most, that for some reason, was the fact that this guy gonna say that the look on OJ Simpson's face when that verdict came in let you know that he got away with murder. And I'm like, really? I remember that case. I remember when the verdict came in. I remember the expression that was on OJ Simpson's face. He barely cracked a smile. Now, his lawyer, that's a different story. He was so excited he could hardly contain himself. I remember he grabbing OJ Simpson by the shoulder and like, yes, we did it. If OJ Simpson's expression led you to believe he was guilty, what did George Zimmerman's expression look like on his face when his verdict came in? Because if any one of these two people got away with murder, it would be George Zimmerman. Here this guy openly defied what the 911 operator said and pursued Trayvon Martin, which directly resulted in his death. But you white people, y'all didn't say anything about that. You vilified a young Trayvon Martin because of his age and because he was in shape, all to justify the murder that George Zimmerman caused. But because OJ Simpson barely cracked a smile, all of a sudden now, when the verdict come in not guilty, you still think that smile indicated that they. Well, what about all the black people if we just going off of expression, that be released from jail after serving 10, 20, 30, 40 years for crimes that they didn't even commit, when they get the reaction to their verdict, do you ever think that these people may be innocent? You see, there's no satisfying white people. You go to their courts, go to their system, you use their laws, their rules, and when the verdict, the decision, whatever, don't come out as they like it, you get the vitriol. The fact of the matter is this: OJ Simpson had to hire a dream team of lawyers, spend millions of dollars just to get a not guilty verdict. You people, and when I say you people, I mean white people, it's your narrow-mindedness that keeps this hatred between blacks and whites alive today. Why, instead of you looking at OJ Simpson, you need to be looking at the system and the courts, because if the statute, if the bar was the same for justice as it was for responsibility, you might have gotten what you wanted. Because see, in the court proceeding, to find whether or not O.J. Simpson was guilty or not, he didn't have to testify. But to find whether he was responsible or not, now in that court proceeding, which was a monetary justice, he had to testify. That's what you should be upset about. To prove O.J. Simpson guilt and to prove him responsible had two totally different sets of rules. And see, to me, it makes no sense. If a person is found not guilty of a crime, he should be not liable for any other legal proceedings about that crime. It makes no sense. You didn't want to find them, you couldn't find them guilty of the crime, but you could find them responsible for the deaths. How does that make any sense? This is why I be telling black people, we have got to create our own way to sustain our own way of life. Because this kangaroo court, let me put it like this. When O.J. Simpson was found not guilty, they locked O.J. Simpson up years later for 9 years for taking back his own stuff that was stolen out of his home and was being auctioned off. And you locked him up for 9 years for stealing his own stuff. This system is totally it's crazy. OJ, like I said, I was sad when I heard that he passed away. I hope his family disregard, don't even pay no attention to the comments that was put in this. The hatred between blacks and whites is always going to be there. OJ, you lived a long life. I hate that you're gone too soon. And I said, my deepest condolences to your surviving members, your family, your friends, your grandchildren. And I still love you, OJ. May God bless you and may you rest in heaven. Peace.